Okay, so Ito recently dropped a Halloween update with 4 new really creepy and original towers. I was really excited to play this since I love Ito and I haven't played long enough to play during an event as I've only played properly for about 2 months, so I thought I'd check out this update. I was just going to beat all 4 towers back to back, but the plan didn't really go too well since I forgot to record the first one, which meant I had to rebeat it, which took me even longer than my first completion, and the server crashed while I was beating the second one, but I still ended up beating them all at once. This update was actually really good for the most part since all of the towers were different in their own ways, and it's not what I expected from an Ito update with boss fights, circuses and paranormal forces. I'll take you through the highlights, completions, server crashes and all of that stuff, and hopefully you enjoy. Starting off, we have Steeple of Velvet Beryllium, which is actually my first Steeple, which I find kinda surprising. But straight away, I just thought this tower was really cool since there's balloons everywhere which act as jump pads. There's the theme where it's a twisted kind of broken carnival, and the lighting and air decoration just feels very different for an Ito tower, and I really liked it. Floor 1 starts kind of simple with there's the platform jumps, which I do seem to mess up quite a lot for some reason, but there's nothing too hard, but you can already kind of get hints of what's going to happen with the balloons being used a lot, and it's just going to get more complex with the use of balloons later on in the tower, which is quite fun but is quite annoying at times, which you'll see later on. Okay, now I'm on to floor 2, which is basically the same as floor 1, it just has a few more gimmicks and it's a bit harder, and some of the balloon jumps are more difficult, and yeah, the introduction of swings, but yeah, the swings aren't too hard. It was a pretty okay floor, but very short. Floor 3 was just a bit more like complex than the other 2 floors and a bit longer. It wasn't anything too difficult, it wasn't much more difficult than the other 2 floors, but I kept failing the same jump over and over again because I was trying to rush it when I shouldn't have rushed it. And yeah, some of the swings were a bit harder and they were more fun overall, but yeah, it was a pretty fun floor, and I think I would have enjoyed it more if I didn't keep failing that same jump over and over again. I don't really have much to say about floor 4 since it was quite short, and yeah, there's not really much I had to do. It was cool because you had to activate 2 levers to like blow up this button to get you into floor 5 nearly, but yeah, I think it was a really cool tower. Floor, same thing. Floor 5 wasn't actually as good as I expected for the ending of this tower, which, I mean, it's not like underwhelming, it's just that I expected more for like a finale for a tower like this. It's essentially just jumping on a lot of balloons and going on a couple of swings, but the ending of it was really annoying because you had to position yourself right, and I didn't do that and ended up falling a few times, but after that you basically just beat the tower.
There we go, finally.
So yeah, that was Steeple of Velvet Delirium, which was quite. It was a fun tower, apart from the things I kept failing on, which I really shouldn't have failed on. But I mean, it was quite easy, understandably. But yeah, I guess I'm gonna move on to the next tower. Yeah, this one isn't very good, Tower of Webbed Palace, so I'm not gonna go into too much detail. But simply enough, you just have to get out of the basement into the palace, then you meet a spider who makes a stew and puts you in the stew eventually, and then you have to get to the top of the palace where you get to fight the spider, which was quite cool, and you have to collect swords. But that's basically it. The rest of it's pretty boring and repetitive, but it was a cool concept. I just did not enjoy beating this tower. Might have been because the server shut down when I was like halfway through it, and I was just past the worst part, so I had to redo the worst part before, you know, like it crashed. But It's okay. I beat it. I didn't really enjoy it apart from the ending because it was kind of cool. I don't think I've done a boss fight in a tower before. Okay, I'm not gonna show too much of the steeple because it's beautiful. It's wonderful. Like, I loved it. It's so different. Basically, without spoiling too much, you're an agent who has to go into a castle to recover ghosts, like souls, I mean, and you have to collect these boxes to move down a paranormal force as you ascend down the tower. Then there's cool things like having to collect books. You get chased by multiple ghosts. It's such a cool tower and it's so original, but I don't want to show that because I want you guys to be able to experience it for yourself and figure it out alone, because I feel like if you know exactly which ways to go, it makes it much more like unenjoyable. So I really hope that you enjoyed this tower because it was by far my favorite that I beat in this event, and definitely one of my favorites of all time, just because of how different it is. And the ghosts that follow you, it's kind of like the spider in Tower of Big Hole, if you've played that tower in Ring 2. It's such a cool and original tower that I just love it so much. And yeah, after you escape, you get flown away in a helicopter, and it's so cool. Okay, this tower is very different. It's like extremely original, but I'm not really sure how to comment on it, so I'm just gonna show you the edited like completion, so you can just watch a not flawless but a run edited, so there's no fails of Wrath, because I found it fun but really stressful. So here you go.
Yes!
And there, I've finished the Halloween update. I think it was actually really fun. There were some stressful points and some points that were really cool. I really liked a lot of the towers, but yeah, sometimes they were a bit much, and I wasn't the biggest fan of the second tower. But you know, I got it over and done with. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, um, I'm probably gonna be posting every week. That's my aim. I'm gonna try post every week. So my next video should be out next Friday. I apologize for this video being a day late. It might be out earlier. You never know. Thank you so much, and next time I'll see you. Oh, I said that wrong around.